Hey, welcome to today's class. Today is the day where we're going to focus on a lot of hips in this short flow. So let's get started. Start by bringing your toes together, looking at your feet and spreading your toes. A lot of us have lost our mobility and our ability to move our feet and move our toes because of being in shoes and walking on cement and all the things that our feet do. So bring your awareness here to start. Try to tug your pinky toes towards your heels. Feel that strong support of the feet, our foundation. Let yourself close down the eyes. Feel a bit of this hugging energy into the center line of the body. Feel yourself connecting to the earth and to the sky above you. Feel your breath flowing in and out through the nose. As you breathe, visualize and imagine the inner body becoming bigger, fuller, expansive. As you inhale, filling the belly, the side bodies, the rib cage, the chest. And then exhale, the chest, the side bodies, the belly squeeze in. 3 more breaths like that. Good. With your next inhale, slowly start to open your eyes, letting in the light. So good. Let's walk the feet nice and wide. The toes are going to be facing slightly inwards. Use the back edge of your mat as this line to line up both of your heels. Interlace your hands behind your back, and let's just start to move a little bit here like you're trying to stir up a pot. This can give us just a nice indication of what's happening for our hips. Take the movement in the opposite direction. This feeling the femurs rotate in our hip sockets. One direction and then the next. Good, and then squeeze the palms together. Start to straighten through the arms and lift up the heart as you press your hips forward. 3 full breaths. As you press the hips forward, feel free to bring a little bend into the knees. Keep hugging the inner thighs and lift the heart. Good, and then send the bum back behind you as you fold forward. Let the hands come up overhead. Again, in this wide-legged forward fold, it may be good for you to bend the knees a little bit to start. Spread the toes and then hug the inner thighs. Try to think of lifting the kneecaps instead of straightening the legs. Press the thighs back into space. Send more weight into the toes. Full few breaths here. Good. Slowly release the arms down the backs of the legs. Give your legs a little squeeze as you move the arms down. Walk both hands over to the left leg and fold. And slowly walk it over to the right side. Fold over that leg. Good. And then release. Walk the hands out in front of you. Hands underneath your shoulders. Find your flat back. Inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky. Bring your hand to your sacrum and see that it's a flat surface. You could rest a tray of glasses there and it would stay stable. Reach that right arm back up and keep the twist happening all the way from your navel point up through the crown of the head and shooting back through your tail. 1 more breath. Good. Exhale, release. Second side, plant the hand to the sacrum, that low back area, the hard bony part, and then lift the arm back up to the sky. Gently twisting, drawing the shoulders down along the back, keep expanding through the heart. Good, and exhale. Release, walk the hands over to the left side as you bend into the left knee. Maybe this is where you stay, or You release your bum lower and lift the toes up. Start by bringing a little bend into that knee. Good. Walk the hands over, bend into the right knee. Sink it down. You can also lift the heel. Play around with the pose. Let's move with our breath side to side. Really good. Slowly bend the knees and come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips and rise all the way up. We'll rotate the heels in and the toes out. This may test your balance a lot. And then open your stance a little bit wider. Bring your hands to the inner thighs and just feel that opening. Hips are externally rotating. Good. I like to move a little bit here. Just getting accustomed to how I'm feeling in the hips in this moment. Good, and then bring your hands into the inner thighs if they're not there already. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and feel your shoulder blades glide down your back. Inhale, feel length through the spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Look all the way back behind you. Drop that shoulder down and feel a nice twist. Good, inhale, lift up. And exhale to the right. Maybe feeling some pops and cracks. Keep breathing. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One more time each side. Feeling a bit of that heat being built in the legs. You've got this. Good, and come back through center. Open the arms up into cactus arms, sit a little lower. Nicely done. Slowly, if you'd like, lift the right heel. Come onto the toes. And switch sides. Yes, you can. One more time, each side, sit a little lower. And lift the heels. Good, inhale, stand tall. Straighten through arms and legs. Exhale, pivot your right toes so that they face towards the camera. Bend into the front knee, warrior two stance. Good, from here, straighten the front leg and try to pull that right hip back as you lengthen your left arm. Reach it long and then pivot the arms. Left arm, inner left leg, right arm up to the sky. Coming into this triangle pose. Keep expanding through the heart, the back of the heart, front of the heart. Reach the gaze up to the sky. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bend into that front knee. Flip your palm up. Reverse the warrior. Good. Inhale, warrior two. Interlace your fingers back behind you. And then we'll fold. Inhale, slowly start to suck it all in, like you're magnetizing your inner thighs. And then exhale, fold into the inside of that left leg. This humble warrior with the hands behind the head. Keep breathing. Feel the strength of the inner legs. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, root to rise, stand tall. Good. Straighten the front leg, pivot on the back, the left heel, and then the right toes point forward. Front or back edge of your mat. Bend into the front knee to start, hands to hips. Bring a little wiggly, jiggly, feel those hips. Good. Straighten the front leg. Send the arms long. Imagine someone is pulling you from your left hip all the way back and also reaching the right fingertips forward. Good, and then hinge at the hips. Tilt your arms down and up to the sky. Keep breathing. Yes, inhale, rise up, bend into the front knee, reverse the warrior. Both side bodies extending. Good. And rise back up, straighten both legs, point both toes back forward. Good. Hands to your hips and heel toe your feet in a little bit. So you're going to come into a bit of wide-legged stance so that we can come down into our squat. So use whatever you need to get down here. You can lift your heels up to start, wiggle a little bit through the hips, rotating the knees left and right. Good. And then we're going to bring our feet a little bit more parallel, like two railway tracks. And we're going to cross the right arm over top of the left. And you're going to grab onto wherever you can, eventually down to your ankles. Good. And then from here, start to straighten the legs and fold forward. A forward fold with these arms twisting. Keep the knees bent a little bit and take an inhale. Exhale, you'll twist over to the left and reach your head underneath your right arm, looking all the way underneath that right arm. Keep breathing, keep twisting. Beautiful. Slowly release. Sit back into your squat. Hello from underneath all this hair. Switch sides. Left arm underneath right. Grab onto the legs. And then inhale. Straighten. Lift your sit bones up to the sky. Nuzzle yourself into that right leg and look underneath your left arm. Twist, twist, twist. Keep breathing, send a little bit more weight into the toes. So good, slowly release. Sit back into your squat. Come onto your hands and your knees. Come to the long edge of your mat and start to open up your hips even more, coming into a frog pose. Your knees are wide and your feet are flexed. Your ankles are a little bit wider than your knees. If that's too much, simply bring the heels closer together. So play around with what best supports you and your physical form right now. You can rock up and down a little bit, softening through the hips. Maybe open a little wider if you want, coming down onto elbows. See if you can let go of the muscular engagement. Let your hips melt down. A few full breaths here. Notice where you're holding tension. Where in the body can you let go? Good. And then bring the heels back behind you and sit back, coming onto your feet. You're sitting back towards your heels. Come down into a child's pose. Rest your forehead down. Let your arms come by your sides. Good. Inhale, lifting up into your seat. Shift off into your left side and draw that right foot over top of the left knee. Move your left foot far enough away so you can get both sit bones down, that right sit bone grounding. Inhale, begin to just sit tall and feel the weight of your body evenly sitting between both sit bones. Inhale. And exhale, slowly start to twist over to the right. I like to hug that knee into the body, creating a bit of this hugging, supportive energy. And then from there, let the sit bone drop down and reach your fingers back behind you, twisting a little bit more. Reaching the gaze all the way back behind your right shoulder. 2 more full breaths. Good, and then slowly untwist. Now there's 2 options here. You can either bring this left shin in front of you and cross the shins, coming into this happy seat, where we bring our ankles underneath our knees, and this is where we'll stay. Or we place that right ankle over top of left knee. As you can tell, I still have a lot of work to do within my hip flexibility. So if that knee is lifted a lot, there's nothing wrong with that. You can even place a block or a pillow underneath that. Flex both feet, feel the engagement, feel a little bit of hugging energy in. And then if you'd like, you can fold a little bit further forward, accessing more of a stretch. Breathe here. Continue to maintain a nice long spine. And inhale, rise up. Bring your hands behind you. Release both feet. Bring them nice and wide. And just windshield wipe them left and then right. Good. Bring both feet over to the left side. Sit onto that right sit bone and draw that left foot over top of the right knee. Now scooch that right foot away enough so that both sit bones can connect. Good. That left foot is fully planted down, slight angling out from the body. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist to the left, hooking elbow to knee. Hug it all in. Let that left hip sink down. As you're ready, place the fingertips back behind you and deepen the twist a bit more, even just by reaching the gaze back behind you. Keep breathing. Go a little bit deeper. Another full breath. Good, and then your inhale, slowly release. Now either crossing your shins in front of you, happy seat on the other side, or place that right ankle right on top of that left knee. Noticing the difference in both sides. It's just getting to know our bodies a little bit more, understand that there will always be these imbalances, and we can keep showing up and working on finding a bit more balance and harmony in ourselves. Sit tall, flex both feet, hug a little bit in, and then if there's space, fold forward. Continuing to maintain that nice long spine. Send the breath, the life force energy, it's called prana, send it into the body, into the areas that need it the most for this healing to occur. Good, and as you're ready, slowly release, reach back behind you, release the legs. Let's open up into a nice wide-legged fold. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, and exhale, fold into the middle. I like to start by flexing the feet, spreading the toes, engaging the legs a little bit, and then from there, let it go and fold forward. Really good. As you're ready, slowly reach back up, grab underneath your knees, and find a cross-legged seat. Just take a few moments to close down your eyes, notice any shifts that have happened. Just remind yourself that it doesn't require a lot of time to help shift anything in the body that needs to be cleared, or whatever you need in these times when you show up on your mat, just remind yourself. Just even a few moments every day can have a big impact. Hands to heart center, acknowledge yourself and showing up. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.